Hello Dragonlings, welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to be talking about goals. It is a new year of 2021, but we're going to be saying goodbye to 2020 officially as I review my Q4 goals and then going over my 2021 goals in full detail before breaking them down into my Q1 plans. For those who are new to my channel, my name is Sky and I typically write paranormal romance under the name SD Haggis. The first two books in the Damned and Dangerous Quartet are available now through Amazon, and if you are a Kindle Unlimited subscriber, you can read them for free. The next couple of books will be out later this year. On top of that, the first book in the Fire and Brimstone series is also available through Amazon, and the next couple of books in that series will also be coming out in 2021. I will have more news about that in my newsletter. If you are signed up for that, you may have already seen the cover reveal for the next two books in each of these series. So let's go ahead and officially say goodbye to 2020 as I go over my goals from Q4. If you're interested in hearing more about these goals, you can check out my video in the description where I actually talk about these goals in detail. In 2020 Q4, I had 5 goals overall. The first goal was organization. I wanted to complete my 2020 bullet journal. I wanted to set up my 2021 bullet journal. I wanted to rewrite a new business plan. I wanted to actually hash out a schedule for YouTube and Instagram mainly, but other social media as well. I did complete my 2020 bullet journal, and I did originally set up my 2021 bullet journal. However, the bullet journal for 2021 was destroyed. Jester got a hold of it, and when I tried to take it from her, it had drink spilled on it. Oops. And if you saw my 2021 planner lineup, you saw the new bullet journal, but I haven't finished setting it up yet. So I still have to do that. Because of that, this is a half win. The business plan I never got to at all, so that is a fail, but that's okay because that will hopefully be happening in the first quarter. The schedule I kind of completed. I at least thought about it and figured out what days I wanted to post to YouTube, what days I wanted to post to Instagram, and whether or not I even wanted to attempt to post to Twitter or any other social media. So I am working on that, but did I actually sit down and hash out an actual schedule? Not really, no. So this is going to be called a half win as well. My second goal for Q4 was the Damned and Dangerous Quartet. I wanted to completely finish Damned and Dangerous 2, which is called Damned and Dangerous. I wanted to have it edited, polished, and published. I did accomplish this. I also wanted to work on the rewrites of the third book in the quartet called Damned and Deadly. However, I never got to that. My third goal was the Fire and Brimstone series, which is a novella series, paranormal romance. I wanted to edit, polish, and publish Dear Satan, which is the first novella. And I also wanted to do a rewrite on Demon Rider, which is the second one. I finished Dear Satan and it is now available on Kindle Unlimited. However, I never got to Demon Rider and it is slotted for 2021 instead. My fourth goal was the Q4 7-day challenge. This is where I allow newsletter subscribers to choose a novella idea based on a cover and 2 blurbs, and then I write that story in 7 days. This one was a complete fail. I did end up sending a newsletter out and let newsletter subscribers choose the story idea. I did have that finalized, but when I actually sat down to write the story itself, I struggled a lot. It was very difficult for me to even start the story. I was having trouble with the plot premise, and it just wasn't working out. I even tried changing the genre, making it straight YA fantasy instead of adult fantasy. It just wasn't working with me. This was actually one of the projects I was also going to do a vlog on, but when I went to go edit those vlog clips, it was literally me whining about how much difficulty I was having with the project, trying to figure out why and laying down a lot of rambling thoughts about why I was struggling with this idea so much. And I came to the conclusion that December is not a good month to do any kind of like writing challenges, whether they're 7 days or more, because I usually use December, at least in previous months, and it was true again for 2020, for planning for the next year and trying to write a project while trying to plan for the following year just wasn't working. So that was a complete and utter fail. The last goal I had for Q4 was family fun. This is where we spent time with my Monster Munchkins and I had a date night with Justin. I did accomplish this with the Monster Munchkins. We actually did a lot of dinner and movie nights where we'd make dinner and we'd all sit down together on the couch and watch a movie or TV program. However, date nights with Justin didn't happen a lot because we like to leave the house and go out and actually have a date away from the kids so that we have some time alone between the two of us. And with the pandemic going on, that's really hard to do right now. So we kind of accomplished this, kind of didn't. It just depends on your viewpoint. We did spend some time together, but it was usually with the kids around, so I don't know if I quite count it. So that brings me to my 2021 goals. I have 4 goal categories that I'm doing and 3 goals underneath each category that I would like to accomplish this year. The first category is my personal goals, where I want to move to Montana, which has been a goal for a while now. I want to pay off some of my debts. I don't have any school-related debts, but I do have credit card debt and medical debt that we need to pay off. And the last thing I want to do is have some fun with family and friends at least once a month. Again, that includes the date nights with Justin as well as family time with my Monster Munchkins. My second goal category is business. I want to publish 6 new releases this year. I want to make sure I get paperbacks out for all of my books. And my goal by the end of the year is to make $500 in sales overall. So the third category is health, and this is actually where the most changes are coming in because I was pretty lazy in 2020. I realized it was a bad year overall, but I was sick more often, both physically and mentally in 2020 than I was in the previous 5 years combined. And again, a lot of it could be contributed to what was going on at the time, the pandemic that's still going on. But most of it was just me being lazy and pretty much doing nothing but sleeping, eating, and sitting in front of a computer for 8+ hours a day and not getting enough exercise and eating healthy and doing stuff like that. My sleep routine is pretty fucked up right now because of it too. And I want that to change this year, which is why I want to make and keep an exercise routine as well as lose 20 pounds. I've actually been overweight according to every single doctor I've visited since leaving high school and getting pregnant with kids. And while I know that's okay, I really think that's part of why I'm having such problems with my health now, and I want to fix that. I want to be healthy. I want to live a little bit longer, I'm just saying. And then I also want to be able to lift half my body weight. When I was looking back through my bullet journals and seeing how much I was able to lift when I was taking weightlifting in high school, it was quite a bit. And then the other day, it really hit home because my youngest sister sent me a TikTok where someone was describing how to figure out your strength score based on 3.5 stats and what you could deadlift and what you could overhead press. And back in high school, I took weightlifting and I was able to overhead press. I believe that's what it's called. The one where you lift your bar up to your chest and then you lift it up over your head high in the air. I'm pretty certain that's the overhead press. But I was able to lift about 175 pounds that way. And I only weighed like 180 at the time when I was at my fittest. So that's pretty bloody good. And I want to be able to do that again. Right now, I can barely swing a bag of chicken feed that weighs 50 pounds over my shoulder, and I definitely can't lift that stuff over my head. So I would like to change that this year. It'd be kind of nice to raise my strength score, because right now it might be an 8 or a 10, maybe. Back then it was a 14. The fourth and final category of my 2021 goals is academics. I signed up for Masterclass last year when they were doing the buy one, get one free sale, and I haven't used it, and that's bad. I really want to, I just haven't gotten around to doing it. Then I also signed up for a couple of free classes that I haven't completed. I started them, but I haven't completed them. And I was doing so good in Duolingo. I had a 200 to 300 streak going. I can't remember which. And then I took my trip to Montana and I lost that streak and I just never picked up Duolingo again. And I really do want to get better with my French because Caro sent me a music video the other day, a couple months ago actually now, that was in French. And I was like, I have no idea what's being said. I should. I know all these words. I've heard them all before, but I have no idea what's being said. So I want to change that. So now that we've looked at my 2021 goals as a whole, it's time to break these down a little bit further and see how I'm going to accomplish them in quarter one. In the personal category, the first thing I would like to accomplish is to repack the tractor trailer. When we moved out of our home in with my parents in preparation to move to Montana, we were very short on time and we didn't have a lot of boxes. So we ended up packing a lot of stuff and just throwing it into boxes. There's a lot of mislabeling on those boxes. There's no list at all of what's in each box, which annoys the piss out of me. We also ran out of boxes, so there's a bunch of stuff that's never been boxed up at all. And the tractor trailer where it's all being stored is not the most weather-tight of spaces, and it shows. There's some things that have mold on them that will need to be tossed before we can actually move. So the goal is to repackage everything, make lists of what's in each box, put labels on each box, and get rid of the stuff that we don't need to be taking with us across country. The other two things that I would like to accomplish this quarter is to have at least 3 date nights with Justin, maybe hopefully get away from the kids for a little bit, but we'll see how that goes. The other thing that I think will be a little easier to accomplish and will probably happen is the family nights where we're all 4 together doing something. This will literally probably be us just sitting down together on the couch, eating dinner and watching a movie, maybe playing a video game or a board game, but again, we'll see how that goes this quarter. Under the business category, I would like to publish 2 books. The first one being Demon Rider, the second book in the Fire and Brimstone series, and then the second book being Damned and Deadly, the third book in the Damned and Dangerous quartet. I also would like to get paperbacks out. That'll probably happen closer to the end of the quarter if it happens this quarter at all. I also need to update my website. This is going to be a constant thing probably in every quarter, honestly, because I do want to make sure my website is up to date. Under the third category of health, there are 2 30-day challenges I would like to do. I've already started the first of those 2, which is the 30-day squat challenge. This was actually given to me by a friend who said that they were doing it and was looking to see if there was anyone else that was going to do it with them. Originally, I was going to do the plank challenge, which is the second one I want to do. There was an app on my phone that contained the 30-day plank challenge, but when she posted she wanted other people to do the squat challenge with her, I changed it up and said, let me do that one instead. And she plans on doing a 30-day challenge every month, so the 30-day plank challenge might also change depending on which one she's doing. We'll see. The other thing I want to do is I want to do meal prep. I have a tendency recently, this is one of the things I discovered in 2020, I overeat, which makes my stomach upset, which in turn gives me lots of shoulder and back pain. I don't understand it. I don't pretend to understand it. It's just the way it is. It sucks. So I'm hoping doing meal prep and making proportioned meals will help prevent that in the future. And for the fourth category under academics, I want to focus on masterclass. My masterclass ends in April and I haven't decided if I'm going to be renewing it yet. So the first 3 classes I know I want to do are Neil Gaiman's, Jane Patterson's, and R.L. Stein's. Those are 3 authors I have really come to respect their work ethic of, and they all 3 have masterclasses. So I'm going to start with those 3 and then work from there. If those are the only 3 I accomplish in quarter one, okay. If I get more, even better. So that brings us to the end of the video. What are some of your goals for 2021 and how do you break them up so that you know you can accomplish them throughout the year? Do you do quarterly goals, monthly goals, bi-monthly, something else entirely? I'm curious. Let me know down in the comments below. And until next time, bye Dragonlings.